I paid for my sister's lavish wedding, but when her in-laws had me uninvited, I quietly canceled every vendor. They found out when guests arrived to an empty, locked venue. Let me tell you something about betrayal. It doesn't always come from strangers or enemies. Sometimes it comes from the people you love the most, people you'd give the world to without hesitation. That was the case with my little sister Emily. We were close, like really close. Our parents died when we were young, so David, the older brother, basically raised her. I cooked for her, worked 2 jobs to help her get through college, stood by her when she got her first heartbreak, and cheered her on when she landed her dream job. I was the proud big brother. I was her rock. So when she got engaged to this guy named Zach, a smooth-talking finance bro with a Range Rover and a Rolex obsession, I had my doubts, but she was glowing. She was in love. And I told myself, she deserves this. Even if he's not my favorite, this is her day. Zach came from a wealthy family, country club types. His mom, Lydia, was the kind of woman who smiled while scanning you top to bottom like a TSA agent, then asked if your suit was vintage, meaning old. His dad was a hedge fund guy who never made eye contact with the help. Still, I wanted Emily to be happy. When the wedding planning began, Zach's family insisted the bride's side cover the majority of the wedding costs. Not uncommon, sure, but they wanted luxury everything. A huge vineyard venue in Napa, 5-course plated dinner, designer floral installations, a string quartet for the ceremony, a jazz band for the reception, custom favors for each guest, and even fireworks. Emily didn't ask me to help, but she didn't have to. I volunteered to pay for the wedding. Everything. I had saved up, done well for myself, and it was the least I could do for someone I practically raised. She was my sister, and this was supposed to be the happiest day of her life. I signed the venue contract, paid the deposits, chose vendors with Emily, sat through tastings, floral consultations, dress fittings. I was in it, 100%. Zach's parents, however, acted like I was the wedding planner. No thank you, no acknowledgement that I was footing the bill, just demands. We'll need valet for our guests. Don't forget the caviar option. Can we switch the photographer? This one doesn't capture skin tones well. I let it all slide. I wasn't doing this for them. But then, about a week before the wedding, something changed. I got a call from the event coordinator. Hi, David. I just received the updated guest list from the groom's family. I wanted to confirm you're no longer attending? I laughed. What? That has to be a mistake. I'm the bride's brother. She sounded hesitant. I'm just passing on what I was given. Your name plus your partners were removed. I immediately texted Emily, no reply. I called her, straight to voicemail. Hours later, I got a message. Open quote. David, I didn't know how to tell you. Zach's family thinks it might be better if the guest list is a little tighter. They're worried it'll be awkward if too many people from our side are around. I promise we'll talk after the wedding. Please understand. Close quote. Please understand? I paid for this wedding. I planned this wedding. And I was being uninvited from it? I wasn't just heartbroken. I was humiliated. But I didn't yell. I didn't call Zach. I didn't confront Lydia or demand answers. Instead, I smiled. Because here's what they forgot. Every contract, every invoice, every vendor was under my name. The venue, booked by me. The caterers, paid by me. The photographer, my old college friend. The entertainment, through my personal contact. So I made a few quiet phone calls. Hey, yeah, can we cancel the venue for Saturday? Something came up. Hi, please cancel the catering. I'll cover any non-refundable costs. Photography, scratch it. Band, don't show up. In less than 24 hours, I had dismantled the entire wedding. Every piece, but I didn't say a word. Saturday came. I grabbed coffee that morning, then went for a drive. Around noon, my phone started blowing up. The venue was locked. The florist never arrived. No chairs, no music. The caterers were a no-show. Guests were arriving, dressed to the nines, wandering around an empty vineyard, wondering if they had the wrong address. Zach's mom, panic mode. Zach's dad, red-faced rage. Emily, heartbroken. She called me, sobbing. David, what happened? Everything's gone. Nothing's here. What did you do? I calmly replied, you uninvited me from a wedding I paid for. So I uninvited the wedding. Silence, then yelling. I hung up. Later that night, I found out they tried to throw together a backup ceremony in a nearby hotel ballroom. It was pathetic. A buffet line, folding chairs, and a Bluetooth speaker playlist from someone's phone. The jazz band? Gone. The five-star meal? Nope. The fairy tale Emily had imagined? Dead. Friends and extended family were talking. People were whispering. The story spread fast. Did you hear what happened? The groom's family uninvited the guy paying for it all. Why would they do that? They thought he'd just take it. Nope. Weeks later, Emily came to my place. She cried. A lot. I didn't know how to stop them. I was scared. I didn't want to lose him. I didn't say much. I just listened. Eventually, she added, "They treated you like dirt, and I let them." We talked for a long time. She admitted the marriage already felt strained. Zach had become controlling. His family was overbearing. She wasn't sure if it would last. A few months later, she left him. She moved out, got her own place, started therapy. She's rebuilding. As for me, I don't regret it. People ask, wasn't that a bit much? No. What would have been too much was letting myself be walked over for the sake of keeping peace with people who only saw me as a wallet. They made it clear I didn't belong at the wedding, so I made sure there was no wedding to attend. Sometimes, silence is louder than screams. Sometimes the best revenge is served ice cold, with canceled contracts and a locked front gate. And if you're wondering what I did with the money I got back from refunds, I used it to take a long vacation, alone, peaceful, drama-free, best trip I've ever taken. Want more real-life stories like this? Subscribe for weekly drops of betrayal, justice, and unexpected endings.